Hi,
Hello.
everyone.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Jennifer's Perspective. And today, this evening, my very, very special guest is Miss Lana Quest. She is a Boston paralegal, and she is also the host of the Lana Quest show. And it is her own personal podcast, which airs on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. She is also a co host of What's Up? What's up, people? What's up? What's up? On YouTube two, three, channel 323.
Yes.
And pre-COVID, she mentored Black teen girls through the Reach and Rise program at the YMCA. Welcome, my guests,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Welcome,
Thank
welcome,
you.
welcome.
Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome, Lana. It is such a pleasure to have you here.
I'm happy to
Girl,
be here. I'm so happy.
listen, I was listening to your show and I'm saying to myself, she is really letting these people have it. Like, I'm like, this lady is awesome. How come many more people need to know that she's out there? So here I am inviting Lana Quest, and this is Girls Talk, and we are just going to have a chat.
Yay. Let's
Now,
go.
the first topic of discussion is when the domestic terrorists were invading Washington D.C. I'm sitting here and I'm listening to myself. Listen, I was sick with COVID and I'm watching it on the TV, and I'm saying to myself, these damn people have lost their friggin' damn minds.
Right.
And I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, what the heck? So I'm listening. Listen, I was also listening to you at the same time, and I'm saying to myself, okay, she's really speaking the truth.
Right.
Now, just for those who don't know basically who you are and what it is that you do, just give us your opinion of what was your opinion of what was happening within our country on that dreaded Wednesday?
My first thought was, wow, an awakening to white privilege. And that was my very first thought. I'm like, finally, white people get to see what white privilege is because they act like it's a bad word. It's not a bad word. It's not a bad thing, but you got it. And those insurrectionists showed you white, white privilege. They got up on those stairs. White
I
privilege.
didn't realize that it was that many, what do they call them? White supremacists here within the United States. I did
Oh,
not realize that until they started to destroy the Capitol building.
listen.
And I'm saying to myself, now these damn people have just Trumpism, Trump mania. I'm like, what the hell they want Trump to do? Have his own damn country? Hell
Yeah,
no. This is
yeah,
America. This
yes.
is America.
Yeah. No, they literally want him to. And there's so many white supremacists and there's so many white supremacist groups. That's what's so crazy about it. It's like the Boogaloo Boys, the Proud Boys, the Three Percenters, the Oath Keepers. Like it's neo-Nazis. It's so many of them. It's hard to keep up.
Now they're trying to say, okay, that President Biden should forgive him and that they shouldn't bring charges against him for inciting. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. Sit down and tell me, did he not say, okay, everybody, follow me?
Yeah.
Did he not say that and
Listen.
led them down
Yeah.
towards the
Yeah.
Capitol
Said he
building?
was gonna
Did he
march
not
with
say,
them.
"Okay, everybody, follow me"?
Yes, said he was marching with them. Let's go.
And then Ivanka Trump sits up there and says, "I
Yeah,
don't know why everyone is upset with him. He did nothing wrong. You incited a coup.
yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
against what?
Yep.
Listen, he's supposed to
Yep.
live in the White House.
Yep.
That's supposed to be your house. You let the damn thieves in.
Yeah.
Like,
Opened
okay.
the door wide
Like,
open. He sure did. Yeah.
and I sitting there and I'm looking and I'm saying to myself, why aren't they stopping them? I saw people, security guards, they was just standing there like this, and the people were walking in
Yeah.
through like, I'm like, wait a minute. Now, who else was in on this? Was it
Right.
the other Republicans that are pleading for his pardon right now? Was
Right.
it one of those 126 Republicans that was saying, okay, that voted against for the bill
Right.
in Texas? And I'm
Right.
like, okay, okay. It's
Yeah.
not just the people on the outside. Somebody else other than Donald Trump and some of those senators had to know what was going on, that they were going to raid the White House because they came armed with guns. They
Right.
came armed with what they call those military
It's
the
zip
military
ties
zip
and the
ties
zip
and
ties.
everything.
Yes.
Go
Yes.
ahead, girl. The mic is
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
Speak
And
up.
not
Don't let me do
so
all the
not
talking because I'm like,
I know. And I'm still trying to like send links too. So like I'm letting you talk and like
man,
but
look,
no, so not only that, he actually said, remember, he said he loved them. So not only did he
that
say
was the
he,
thing. That
he
was
said
the
he
thing.
loved them. Ivanka, his daughter wife, said they were
His
patriots.
daughter wife?
I don't know. He said he wanted to marry her. Like, remember, he said if she wasn't his daughter, he would marry her because she's so beautiful. So that's what they call her, his daughter.
At first I felt bad for her because she has like the worst polling ratings as a first lady.
Oh,
But
Melania. Oh, I was talking about Ivanka, but
wait a minute, Ivanka was the first wife, right?
no, Ivanka's his daughter.
Oh my
No,
God. Okay.
that I call Ivanka his daughter wife because he says if she wasn't his daughter, he would marry her.
That's ancestral.
Right. His first wife, I know it was an I.
It was Ivanka.
Yeah. What? So what's his daughter's? His wife
Ivanka
was.
was the first wife.
So
Let me
what's his
Google.
daughter? Yeah, we're
Let me
like
Google.
the
Huh?
wife is. What is the wife's
Where
name?
is my phone? Anyway, now the thing that I didn't understand was even after they destroyed the property, okay, they
Right.
destroyed the property.
Right.
Now they're sitting there and they're saying they're posting it on social media. I'm like, are you friggin' kidding me?
Because white supremacists are dumb.
They post it on social media. They post it on social media and say, yes, we just
Yeah.
raided Nancy Pelosi's office.
Yeah.
And I'm like, didn't they expect something to happen to them? Not only that, there were military personnel, people that was in the military. That there was this one lady. When you take a pledge to be an American service, to be in the army, whether it's the Army, Navy, Marines, or Air Force, you are taking an oath to
Right.
defend the United States of America.
Right.
Now, why were these people tearing down the doors to the White House and letting these people come in? That means that if they took an oath to defend the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, doesn't that mean for those people that stormed the Capitol building as well? Isn't
Right.
the isn't the White House and the Capitol American soil?
Right.
And I'm
And that's
saying to myself,
yeah, that's the
sorry, honey.
hypocrisy. Yeah, no, that's the hypocrisy of it all. They killed a Capitol police officer. They chased one, the black man, Eugene Goodson, I think that's his name, up the
Mm.
stairs. They beat them with the flag. Like these
Ain't that something?
y'all are patriots, but you're beating Blue Lives Matter and your Blue Lives Matter, but you're killing like police. Like it doesn't make sense, but Trump doesn't make sense. And you know,
And
none.
they wanted 4 more years of the madness.
Yeah. And he does nothing for them. And that's the crazier thing. Like they cut off their nose to spite their face. Trump does not help them. He's not the group that he helps. He's not in the
Listen,
1%.
I saw an article stated that Trump paid those people that stormed the Capitol $2.5 million. Somehow corporations were connected to that, and they start pulling their funds. They switch parties. People were no longer that were Democratic. They were now they were Republican. And I'm saying to myself, like, this money that he collected almost close to 10 to 15 billion dollars, and he's paying people in the United States to destroy the Capitol building. And I'm
Right.
saying to myself, like,
Right.
listen, if this is my house and you break, look, you do a B&E, you're doing a
Because
B&E,
that's exactly what it
you're doing
was.
a
That's
B&E
exactly what it was,
on
man.
my house, and I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, now, wait a minute, who else is in on this?
Yeah.
And people don't want to discuss it now. They want to just, don't hold him accountable, let Joe Biden pardon him. And I'm saying to myself, no, throw the fucking book at him, because as the leader of the damn country, he should have known damn better.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't care. And Biden's not pardoning.
And
He's not going to get impeached anyway because they're not.
no, they're not. They're not. Then listen, all they've been, you know why he gets away with everything? Because they do this. He takes advantage of the white privilege, and they do this. Oh, don't do that again. You
Uh,
understand?
Do the Republicans even do that? I don't even know if they do that. It's either
Uh,
he has something on them, which is like
he's
my
got to. He's
oh,
got to have some
my
dirt
yeah,
on them.
my biggest thought. Like he knows things about them and they just want to keep kowtowing to him. You know,
I'm
those
like,
progressives
what does
though.
he have on
Yeah,
these people
yeah.
where they don't want to do like,
Or you know what? The bigger thing may
and they
be,
don't even see anything wrong with what it was that they did. And I'm saying to myself, are you kidding me?
but you know the bigger point, Jennifer? We see who they are now. Those Republicans had to be that way before Trump. For them to be doing this, it was always there. They're
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
Yeah, complicit.
What was one of your most memorable moments regarding the insurrection and the domestic terrorism that took place?
Huh, memorable. I guess it would be again Eugene Goodson. I hope that's his name. The black officer that was running up the stairs with all the white insurrectionists chasing him. So at first we thought he was running from them, like he's just like hitting them with a baton. But
He
then
was,
but
wasn't he?
later on, they showed the footage and they talked about it. He was leading them away from the Senate chambers. So when they slowed it down, it showed him look towards the Senate chambers, and
Mm-hmm.
then he kept hitting them to
Mm-hmm.
make them follow him the opposite direction. So he's a hero
Mm-hmm.
now. He walked Kamala during the inauguration.
Yes, I
That,
saw
right,
that.
that's why, because
I
now
saw that.
he's a hero now, and they upgraded him. I think he's like sergeant in arms or something like that.
Hello.
Yeah, so good for that black man.
What,
Yay.
one black man stopping an angry white mob?
I know he did it.
Storming the White House.
But
I'm
look,
saying to
that's
myself,
what we
wow.
do. We be the heroes. We out here voting, saving the
Look,
democracy.
volunteering.
Yeah, we doing it all.
I'm like, wow. And I thought Kamala looked beautiful. Joe Biden looked beautiful. Michelle looked fantastic. Jill Biden looked amazing. Even oh my God, and I voted for her too. I didn't vote for Trump. Bill Clinton's
Oh,
wife,
Hillary. Oh, Hillary.
Hillary.
Yeah, no, Hillary did look good. I'm like, wow, look at Hillary.
I'm
Yay.
like, wow, everyone looked so nice. And
And
I'm like,
relieved.
oh, J-Lo, when she was singing, I was like,
She was great too. Yeah, it was
even when
wonderful.
Lady Gaga was singing, I was in tears because I didn't think that the country would live to see them elected. And I'm so glad that they were protected because that the National Guards, they actually protected the Capitol, that they protected Biden, that they protected Kamala, that they protected the audience and everyone that attended, because I thought that them damn crazy damn, what do you call them? Trump, what do you call them?
Some of them insurrectionists, terrorists,
the, the insurrectionists.
or insurrectionists,
I'm
terrorists.
saying to myself, they were saying how they was gonna storm and assassinate them, and how they were gonna protest. And I'm sitting there, and I'm saying to myself, are these people mentally, are they mentally deranged? Because how many presidents have been elected within my lifetime and your lifetime, and the
Right,
winner says, okay, or the loser says, okay, and then you shake hands,
right.
transfer power, but you don't try to destroy the damn country, divide the
Exactly.
nation, blow up the White House.
Exactly.
Look, they
Exactly.
were setting off bombs all over the place, and I'm saying to myself, what the heck? In Tennessee, some
Wow.
man they blew up what, the AT&T building the day before Christmas, or was it on Christmas Day? And I'm
Oh,
saying
right.
to
That
myself,
guy.
why?
Right. That guy. Terrorist. I don't know. They're just all, but you have the QAnon out there. You know who those
Mm,
guys are, right? The
mm.
QAnon followers. M-
Girl,
Marjorie.
America's hiding so many types of people.
They just come. I mean, he had them come out the woodwork. They literally believe that Democrats are
uh,
pedophiles. Um, okay, Hillary specifically raped a child.
huh?
Was tore off the face, put the skin on her face, and drank its blood. That's remember Pizzagate.
Oh
Remember
my
that. Remember that thing where
God.
the man went to the pizza parlor and he shot I think the owner of the pizza parlor because he had heard that Hillary had a pedophile ring at the pizza parlor.
Oh
This is
my
what
God.
this is
You
what the
see
cute
people,
yeah, this is the
people
cute
don't think.
they're called QAnons. And Marjorie Taylor
Let me
Greene,
write this down.
she,
QAnon, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I have to look
yeah,
this up now.
yeah,
QAnon.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Marjorie's a congresswoman right now. She believes in this stuff.
Oh my God. I'm sitting here. Sometimes when I'm watching the news, I'm like, I can't take none of this
But you have to
because
shut it off sometimes,
I
right?
listen, they had this man speaking, and this lady, and they were saying, like, can we just please forgive Donald Trump? No. We will forgive him, but what he did to the United States in 4 years is unforgivable.
Right. Well,
It is.
yeah, he wouldn't have been forgiven.
If he would have did another 4 years, damn, we'd be like, listen, I got to move. let me.
Man, listen, we'll be
They be leaving America to go live someplace else. And this
right,
is the best country in the world, regardless of its faults and its flaws and everything else. But how are you
right,
going to stop democracy and turn it into an anarchy?
right, right. He almost did. Oh, he kind of did. It was crazy. Yeah, he almost did. Wow, but he was
I'm like,
trash. He was
"Hmm."
like that before. I mean,
But
it,
I don't know what happened to him though, because when he was younger, back in the 80s and the early 90s, he was kinda. He was nicer.
No, he was still a racist. He was sued in housing court for racial discrimination. There's a whole court case. Come on, Jen.
I listen, listen, I thought he was a little bit nice and a little bit kinder.
No.
I didn't realize that when a black couple would try to rent an
That
apartment in one of his establishments, once they found out that the couple was black or something,
was it.
that was it. They was like, no, they would deny them. And at the end of his campaign, just before re-election, all of a sudden, I love my black celebrities. I really do. And I love my brothers and sisters. I love y'all dearly. But did you not see the madness that was taking place at the time? I'm like, did he pay Kanye West to divide the Democratic Party? When
Yeah,
Kanye at the
right.
last minute decides he's going to run on his own merit and he's going to run for the presidency, I was listening to Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's like, tell that damn fool go sit down somewhere.
Well, that's what we were saying to Steve Harvey in the very beginning too, because Steve Harvey, we did not forget you either. You tried to have a conversation with Donald Trump too in the very beginning, and Black Twitter went
Really?
crazy with Steve Harvey.
I didn't
Yes,
know that.
he did it too. Was having these meetings with Donald Trump, and we're like, you can't play nice with racist. You cannot, you just can't. You can't change them. They want to change themselves. Well, we ain't playing niceties with racists. No. He's
Uh,
because he's all he's gonna do is use you as a prop and take the picture with the black man and then say, hey, the black man,
listen,
I love black people.
listen. When I saw the Latinos for Trump, I was done. I was so friggin' disgusted.
Right.
I was disgusted. Why? Because Trump had their damn kids in cages.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
When it sent the federal government into the damn schools, sent them into the damn jobs, took the damn parents,
Yeah.
throw them into damn into what? Into the damn ISIS kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And then the kids come out of the classes and they standing there crying, where they mommy? Where they daggone daddy at? Nobody can't find their damn parents. Now they take the damn children and lock them up, overcrowd them, put them in cages like they were friggin' animals. I was disgusted. Then he went and when he was like doing his rally kind of thing and running for his presidential election, and the bunch of Latinos showed up and they had paper towels on this thing, and he picked up the paper towels and started throwing it at them. I'm like, that man don't give a rat's ass about y'all. What the hell is wrong with you? I'm
No.
like,
No.
how dare they? The
I know.
Latinos for Trump. Latinos for Trump. Why? Because it didn't affect them directly.
Right. It's exactly what it is. It's like, Puerto Ricans are probably like, at least I ain't Mexican. It's
Listen, they
all,
racist amongst themselves too.
yeah, right. Right.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Right.
And I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, what is the difference?
Right.
Like
Right.
that just doesn't make any sense. And this country is made up of immigrants.
Right.
Everybody in the United States is here as an immigrant except for the Native American.
Right. Right.
And have you noticed what happened to them? They have been reduced. They did a documentary where they went to the Native American, to the Indian reservation.
Mhm.
They need education. They need food.
Right.
They need, when I say they're living below the poverty line, it is, and I'm saying to myself, ain't nobody even mentioning that.
Right. And they have
They
a
deserve reparation as well.
right. And don't they have a high rate of suicide
They
too
have a
on those
high rate of
reservations? Drug
suicide. They
abuse,
have a
right?
high
Yeah.
rate of suicide, drug abuse,
Right.
alcoholism, rape, and incest. It's like It's
Yeah.
just, oh, come took Mohican son.
Yeah.
What? Okay, Mohican son, but what about the rest of the?
The one
They
still
live in. It's
right.
like, look, the Indian reservation looks like a trailer park.
Right.
They
Right.
don't have home. I mean, I'm saying to
And why
myself,
is that?
like,
Because we took their land. We take their land. Oh, well, not we, but we know who the we is. Yeah.
I I sit here and I'm saying to myself, like, okay, we as a nation need to look at our own stuff. You understand? We're still the best country in the world, but we also have some stuff that needs to be corrected. And I
Right.
sit here and I say to myself, like, okay, my grandfather's Jewish. And when it comes to the Holocaust, I feel for them because I know who my grandfather is.
Right.
But when it comes to slavery, I know who my grandparents are. And my grandfather, they ended up owning so much land back in Jamaica that when he died, his father's father before him, when he died, he bequeathed land to us. My grandma is a black, more African and Indian. And I sit here and I say to myself, now he married her, made her his legal wife, but his parents owned land like not Jamaican cane field.
Okay. Hmm.
It's a cane field. It's not a cotton field, but a cane field for
Like
the sugar cane.
sugar cane,
But
right.
sugar
From
cane. They
I'm
own
from
the cane
Alabama.
field.
I know cane fields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't even be prejudiced within my own family because my family's so blended.
Right.
Like there's a little mix of everybody in there, like
Hmm.
Indian, Chinese, white people, black people,
Right.
Spanish people. And I sit down and I say to myself, how can the white supremacists and the Aryan nation, how can they pray to Donald Trump? The woman had a video, a nervous breakdown. Donald Trump, save us from the devil. I'm like, who the hell is the devil? I'm like, hello? Like, do you not see that?
No, they don't. They don't.
Like,
They don't see. When he first came on, he said he loved the undereducated. That
you
is what
know
he said.
why?
Right.
Why? Because
Easily
they don't want to
manipulated.
use this and they
Right.
always think they can buy people.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah.
It
And
is.
and they followed him like he was the Pied Piper, man. He could it's
But what was he giving them?
like the Jim Jones. He the Guyana tragedies.
Did he put something in the Kool-Aid or something? I'm like, what the? Listen, I'm
And
sitting there, I'm like, what the?
but you know what it was? He gave them that like white nationalist thing because
What?
just from the beginning of time, even like remember so back in slavery, the poorest white people treated the black people the worst. The poorest
They
of the
was horrible. What, the
they
white trash ones?
the white trash because they were being shit on by the upper class white people. So to them, they're like, well, at least I'm not the N word. Right. And I think that's kind of how it is now with these white nationalists. It's like they know Trump's not putting any more money in their paycheck. They don't care. But you know what Trump is? He's a racist. He's a bigot. He's a misogynist. And it makes them feel better about their underachieving lives. Like, but we're white. I mean, like, hey, that's cool. White.
Listen,
It's
I sit down and I'm saying to myself, oh my God, now when we're doing the election and what is how do you break the cycle? How do you break the cycle for the poverty within the black and brown communities?
right,
And
right,
I'm saying Now, from back in the 50s, 1950s, and 1940s, they flooded the black neighborhoods with so much friggin' drugs for
Right.
generation and generation and generation and generation. That is what the community saw.
Right.
When I realized that they were spending $759 million to build prisons, and they was putting in what, 10 million towards education in the black community, I was friggin' pissed. Because why?
Right.
You took systemically decided to tear down a people over a period of
Right.
time.
Right.
Now, how do you break the cycle? I want that 750 million damn dollars
Right.
invested into the damn community
Right.
so that my children can go to school, get a decent damn education, so that we
Exactly.
can compete with the other nations. You understand? We
Right.
important people. Like I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, okay, then my sister and my nieces couldn't even finish college because why? They made my sister made either two or three couple of dollars more so
Right.
that she couldn't afford to pay for my niece to go to school,
Right.
and my niece couldn't go as an independent.
Right.
And I'm sitting here, she did 2 years, and because they made the tuition so friggin' expensive that black people can't afford to go to college. And I
Right.
sit here and I say to myself, but it costs to house one inmate $60,000 a year. That was more than I was making when I was working there. I'm like,
Right.
well, wait a minute now.
Right.
The math is not adding up. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not, but I can handle my money, and I'm looking at the numbers, and I sit here and I say to myself, okay, if this country took the time from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s to that's what, 50, 60, 70 years?
Mm-hmm.
Spend 70 years and invest it back into the people, back into the community, and
Right.
build up the nation and build up the country. Stop the damn drugs from coming off the damn boat and people sneaking it in on the friggin' damn
Exactly.
airplanes. Stop
Exactly.
giving them damn guns to kill each other.
Right.
Now people saying, oh, now they looking at China. Why are America caught in China? Do you not realize that, as people may not like it, but when they started dying in China, in 19 days, they built a 10,000 bed hospital.
Right.
They got together quick, 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 quick,
Right.
and put that up. Why not?
Right.
Why didn't he court Africa? Why didn't they court South America? Because
Right.
they're busy fighting against each other and they're killing each other. And right now, they're making everything that we wear is imported. Look at your
Right.
shirt.
Right. Right.
We import nurses, we import technicians, we import IT people. They outsource the jobs, they take human resources. You can't even talk to somebody on the damn phone that speak English. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying to
Yes.
myself, like, what the heck?
And it
No,
just makes
no
you
offense.
immediately, no, I know, I get it, and you're immediately upset once you hear from him, and you try to calm it down because it's like, it's not their fault, but
It's
you
not.
are like, no one here needs a job. Like, what's happening? No one here
Like
needs a
right now, we can't even get a damn job
job.
in the middle of a damn pandemic.
There's it's so much wrong. And just, just to go back to the prison thing, because that is something that frustrates me as well. Like you said, it's like, you know, you build all these prisons, you don't build schools and good schools in our neighborhoods. You put all the billboards up in the hood, the billboards for um, liquor, the billboards
Mhm.
for the cigarettes. The interesting thing,
Everybody can't be an athlete.
right? Everyone can't be an athlete, but the
But our
interesting,
children are smart. Our children are brilliant.
right,
You understand? Invest in them.
right, right,
Let them be scientists, doctors, engineers. You
right,
understand? Like architects. I'm
right.
like, what
More
the
in
heck?
more internships. more companies
Give
giving
them
internships.
opportunities.
Yeah,
Give them
right. Let them learn.
opportunities.
Right.
Give
Exactly.
them
Let them learn.
opportunities because they're creative, they're smart, they're brilliant. But if no one is teaching them,
Right.
how are
Right.
they going to learn?
Right.
How are they going to break the cycle and not end up in prison? Because what 90% of the population right now in America, the inmates are what color?
Well, on purpose. So thank goodness he stopped.
Okay. And
Part.
that is over a period of time. You understand? Because if ain't nothing going on in the damn community, that's all they see. People don't want to be on drugs. People don't want to be poor. Most people
Right.
that do drugs, they don't want to do drugs. But if you grow up in an environment that is all you see, how many of them actually get out to be somebody or to shine brightly?
How many
No.
get out of their neighborhood? I used to be a big sister.
25
I
miles.
I had
25
yeah,
miles.
I was a big sister for the Big Brother Big Sister Association, and I had a little sister.
Me too.
She
I
was
was a
black,
big
right?
sister. I was a big sister.
Yeah, and I always request like black. I want a black little sister, like always.
Mhm.
Even the mentoring at Reach and Rise, I'm like, I want give me the one that you're having problems with, and she's got
Give
to
me
be a
tonight.
minor, right? And she's got to be a minority. But the back to when I was a big sister, the little girl, I remember she lived like way deep in the hood, which is fine, but she had never. Her mom didn't have a car, so she had
Mhm.
never gotten out of the neighborhood. She
Mhm.
never traveled outside of the neighborhood. So this little girl didn't see things. So whatever she saw on TV, she thought was she couldn't, obtain those things because she never got outside of the
Mhm.
neighborhood. And
Yeah.
and this is what saddens me too. And I know you gotta move on, but like even mentoring at Reach and Rise, I was the only, yeah, and it was in a city called Brockton, which is heavily black and brown people.
Mhm.
Why am I the only black person there to mentor? Why am I the only black person there to mentor? So within ourselves, we have to do better as well because how,
We have to definitely do better. But the
yeah,
thing is, a lot of us don't know if some of us say we want change, right?
right,
But
mm,
are you willing to put in the effort that it takes to change?
right,
You understand? We can't just be
right,
complaining all the daggone time and never doing anything about it. And I sit down and I say to myself, like, this is important because right now we still have to hold Biden and Kamala accountable.
yes,
You
we do,
understand? As
right,
citizens of the United States, we have to hold the Senate and the House of Representatives accountable on what? On their campaign promises.
right, right,
We want to see change, and we know that change will come and it will take time.
right, right,
But we can't just be sitting back and like don't do anything about it.
right,
My father was a friggin' immigrant. He had like an eighth grade education. He was a talented man and musician, and he played for the tourist board. And for the summer, I remember he would take us to Atlantic City, and him and his band, and my mom was the percussionist in the band, and they would play as the entertainment for the people, and we would come back to East Orange. And I remember that when we moved there, we were like the third Black family within that community. And
hmm
as the years went, as the Black people moved in, the white folks moved out. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, the school educational system, everything just changed. So you mean to tell me you can give them good education, but we can't get a decent education
right,
based on the color of my skin?
right,
You
right,
understand? Your kid could go to private school, but because the minimum wage is so low, based why we didn't get the daggone education that we needed. So that means we have to work two and three, four daggone jobs just to provide a roof over our head. Who the hell's raising our children?
Right. Right. And how much is daycare?
We can't even
Can't
afford
even
that.
afford
Don't even
daycare.
start. Don't
Let
even
me
start.
let
Don't
me tell
start.
you. I don't even know what it is now because my youngest is 12, but I remember when my ex left,
Mm-hmm.
she was 2 years old. I think she's two. And I
Mm-hmm.
went to that daycare provider in tears, crying. I was like, I think I told her he left before I even told my own parents that my husband left. And I was like, I can't afford 200. It was like $200 a week back then. I don't know what it is now. And she's like, it's okay. I'll work with you. But if she
Thank
didn't work, if
God.
she didn't work with me, what? $200 a week? A single mom? A mortgage and a car? What? And other children? What was I going to do? And
These
making too much money for the system, just like how you're saying, it's like, you make too much money, so you're not in poverty, so you don't qualify for all of those benefits. And you really make too little to even survive. Like it's a catch 20. What is the middle class? The middle class is such a
girl.
weird thing. That's not even a thing anymore. What is middle class? Is like it's almost like you're the bawling poor.
Let me tell you something. Can I tell you something? I was reading an article regarding the black middle class myth, and some of them, the lady stated that her and her husband are both college graduates with BAs, and they are still almost living, they're barely making it because they're
Mhm.
still paying back their student loans. The interest rate that they give them as Black people on a loan within the banking institution, within the housing institution, within the financial institution, the interest rate is almost double of what the interest rate would be for a white person being applying for a student loan, for a housing loan,
Yes.
or and I'm sitting there
Yes.
and I'm saying to myself, oh my God, this cuts across every system. When I
Oh,
say every system,
yes, yes. And Jennifer, did you hear also? I don't know if it was on NPR or something. They did some investigation and they found out that if you go to an HBCU, those
mm,
loans, the interest rates are higher for those
mm,
schools. So who does that affect? Those interest rates
oh
are
my
higher.
God,
Yeah,
it
I
is.
just found that out. Yes, that we can't win for losing. Like they just want us
No,
to just
and
pay,
it's not only that, it's not only that, but these are, I don't know, these are things that matter to me. I don't know
right?
about the rest of the world, but
But they don't know, and that's why we're
we have
here.
to start
Right,
sharing
right,
information with
right,
people and
right,
start educating the people, because the people, knowledge right now is as priceless as gold.
right, right,
Why?
right,
Because if you do not have the right information
right,
on what it is that you need to do, how are you going to do it? And I sit here and I say to myself, like, this is insane. I spoke with a nice lady from Zimbabwe, and amazing lady. Her name is Edith Dubé, and she's teaching women of color and young girls how to invest in commercial real estate.
wow.
And I thought that was so kick ass. I was like, God damn, yeah.
Yes, yes, because that's something that that's
We
why we
need
don't
to
have
know.
that's why we don't have wealth, right? We've never, well, I mean, not to mention that we couldn't get loans for a long time, so we're
But
already
how do we
behind, but
create generational wealth
right.
if we haven't been taught
Ex
finances?
exactly.
I think in high school, I think finances should be a mandatory curriculum
Right. Right.
in high school.
Right.
Hello? For
Right.
real. I think our children need to know how to understand money, how it works, how to invest it. And I think they need to learn it from a young age because they can understand. You understand? They can
Right.
understand.
Right. You know what's interesting? I think I did have an economy class in high school.
And
Mm.
what, in your senior year, you took one semester?
Yeah, I know, which is nothing because I really don't remember.
Does it prepare you to call for college? Because when our kids go to college, what is the first thing that they get? Credit cards. And they get credit cards with high interest rate. They don't have a job. The
I
tuition
did.
is through the
That's
daggone roof.
what I did. I did not let my daughter do that. I'm like, no, you don't need that.
Good for you.
We're not doing that. You don't need that right
Good
now.
for
There's no
you.
way.
Good for
Yeah.
you. Good for
Mm-mm.
you. Good for you.
No.
Good for
What
you.
what's the purpose? You can pay cash right now, you don't get it. Like
And,
she's working and she saves her money,
mm,
that's just all of it. And she
mm,
knows to save all of her money because next year you may have to come out of your pocket, what
mm,
the scholarship doesn't cover. So to
mm.
save, save, save. And that's what she does. She has a
Good
block
for
of money that,
you.
yeah. So you can spend a
Well,
little. You gotta have
mm,
fun, but
mm.
save. We save. Yeah.
I saw this, my friend Sierra, the lady that did my microblading. I was so proud of her because her daughter, as a Black female business owner, I was so proud to see that she had her daughter there with her, teaching her daughter the business. And she was
Nice.
still in her teens, but
Nice.
it just made me feel good that, okay, then mommy's got her little business, and now her daughter's there. She's helping with check the customers in. She's teaching her certain things, and I think these are things at that young women should know. Even our sons should know certain things from a very young age, and I
Right.
think it's very important. There's
Right.
another lady that I think she does a sneaker business or something, and she's teaching her son the business.
Right. Right. Business and have a plan
Mhm.
B. Make
She
sure
has
you
to
have a
have a
plan
plan
B.
B.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You
Have to
have
have a
to.
plan B because now my heart is like right now with the pandemic. My heart is just going out to the small business owners. For the
Right.
small business owners, which is the infrastructure of the United
Right.
States,
Right.
because we don't make anything, we don't manufacture anything.
No, but it's true. It's like if you see these big businesses are not surviving, oh my God, what's happening with the small ones? I think I read, and correct me if I'm wrong, Macy's may do online only. I thought that
Really?
I could be wrong, but I thought that that is something that I saw. I just didn't dig deep into it because I'm like, yeah, I get that. Because who's going to Macy's really right now? They probably make more money online.
Girl, I don't know. This is my pet peeve for today. Now, you want to let's find something a little bit. How do you cheer people up in the midst of a pandemic? I have no idea. You want to
Uh,
talk fashion?
yeah, we could talk fashion,
Let's talk
hair,
fashion. Let's talk fashion. Okay.
massage.
Who you want
I don't know.
to
I don't. I just like clothes. I don't fashion either. I
talk?
like. I like clothes, but I hate shopping.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, okay, put it. I don't like shopping in stores. I like it, online. I don't like to do it in
Not
stores.
me. I would not buy clothes from online. Nope.
Really? You go
No.
inside? I don't
What?
like going
Let me tell you
inside.
something. I like to shop, but when I shop, I am specific. I know what I like and I know what I want. But I'm funny because like up here, I'm like a 38,
Yeah, see,
and
yeah.
I got cleavage. You understand?
I have none. So
You
I don't have
understand?
any of those worries. I'm like a
No,
boy.
and then I have like my like my midsection. This is because I have so much scar tissue, and I had, what is that? Two myomectomies and a hysterectomy. I have so much scar tissue, like right here.
That scar tissue is awful too. I have a little bit
It is,
too. I
listen, it is horrible. And so clothes I have to physically try the clothing on, but then my hip, my waist and everything like that, that fits, my pants fits really nice. The jeans look really nice. And it's not even a muffin. It is, I don't know.
I
I have
don't
no
like
idea.
I just don't like stores. I have to go to
What
the grocery
size are
store.
you?
I don't for in a
Oh,
pant.
that's why. Oh, that's why.
Yeah, I'm shaped like a boy. I don't have any butt. I don't have breast. I don't have any. It's just easy.
Yeah, but some men like that, so be
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah. No, it's fine. And so
Some,
my kids tease me, but it's easy to shop. Like I can shop online. I don't really. There's only a couple of stores that I'm gonna shop from.
no.
Shoes, and I can't go in.
Girl, I had to lose, I had to lose 90 pounds. I lost 90 pounds within a year. Took me like a year and a half.
That's good. That's amazing.
And I'm almost at my goal. I can see my little,
Collarbone. That is how. Isn't that how women know? Like, okay, I got it. I can see it. No, but it is true because that is after my divorce. That is when I
because I'm a
started to.
size 8 now. I'm an
Yeah.
8 now. And
See,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay, I'm not too bad, not too bad. I just would like to be a 2 again.
No, girl, that's too small.
Not a,
What?
but I look good as a 2. I look good as a 2. I
Oh,
look good as a 4,
when I
and I
got
look good
that,
as a 6. I
when
don't think I could be a 0 anything. I can't do
two
0.
is so
6,
small.
because with a 6 I still have my curves, and with as a 4 I still have my curves, and as a 2, if I drop below that,
You are not gonna have any
they be
curves.
like, "Girl, like what
You're gonna
happened?"
look sick. Because when I started losing weight, because I did the same thing after my divorce, I started dating. We're going from fashion to this. So I
It's just
I
girls talk.
I went on a date with a guy,
Well,
and
men can listen to if they want.
he said to me,
Okay.
this guy said, I see my friend in the chat, which is really cute. She's in the chat by herself. Hi,
Mhm.
Mary. But he goes, later on, he's like, so you're not physically my type. And
Ooh.
I was like, oh, wow. I'm glad he told me that. But after that, I was like, oh, no, he didn't. And
Why?
well, I see, I had gained weight with I have 4 kids, and I had
Okay.
gained probably pounds or more with each of those
How many
kids.
pounds?
So
How many
like
pounds?
like
15?
10, like 10 with each because I started off small, but
So
like
that took you, so that like, what are the
I was
age
like
difference?
from 26 to 12.
Oh,
So right,
wow. Okay.
yeah. So right after my divorce and that date, I'm like, you know what? I'm about to make a change because I really didn't take care of myself the way I should have during the marriage because he was an artist. So everything
Mhm.
was about him and his
Mhm.
world and his traveling. So yeah, I lost
Mhm.
a ton of weight too. Well, not 90 pounds. I think it was like 50 pounds or so.
Mhm.
It was like
Mhm.
50 pounds. But yeah, no, fly the board.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Were you, what, wait a minute. How
Yeah.
tall are you?
5'3".
Oh, you were short and round.
Yeah, but I carried it well, which was weird. No one thought I was that big. They're like, "We didn't know you
Why did
had
I
that
think
much
you
weight."
were taller?
No, I'm 5'3".
You're
I
5'3".
seem like
So
I'm
you're
taller.
petite. You're petite. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be, short and petite. I'm almost 5'10". I'm like
He's
5'9".
almost size 2 at 10. Oh my
It
goodness.
looks listen, I carry it really well. I am tall. When I put my heels on, I'm at
But
least 6 foot.
I'm just thinking a
And
size 2
listen,
at 6
listen,
feet. You're
I,
gonna look like
listen, and I be
olive
happy.
oil.
No, listen, I have to be beating the short men off like
Really?
Yeah, because they always stand at my boob. And
Oh,
they be like,
right, because
"Oh
they're
my
right
God,
underneath. Oh my
you
god.
have legs for days." And I have really nice legs, like really nice legs. And I just need to like
Yeah,
do. It's too damn cold now. I ain't
yeah,
going outside.
short men love that. Short men
And
love
I'm like,
hallway. Mm,
what the heck? I'm like, I can't. I can't. I
you
can't. My
can't with
ex-husband.
you can't
Listen,
with
my
like
ex
short men?
can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. My mom reaches me to my chest. My dad was 6 foot. My brothers are like 6'1", 6'2", 6'3". My nephews are like 6'4", 6'5". And my ex-husband was what, 6'2"?
Wow. Poor short men.
Because I like
They get
high
a bad
heels.
they get a
No
bad
offense.
rap.
Listen, no offense.
Poor
My uncle's wife is taller than him, and they get along great.
I mean, I wouldn't wanna do it. I mean, if you're shorter than me, you're very short, so I don't poor short
Mm-mm.
men. There's somebody for everyone, though. It's like, that's a good thing.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. My mom's family, when I met my mom's side of the family, and I think we were like in junior high school, and we went to Jamaica. My mom's side of the family, we were like the tallest people in the room. And I'm like, and I was always the odd girl because even in high school, I can always see over my classmates' heads and everything like that.
Right.
So I'm like,
Right.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, I can't. I just can't. And I think my shortest sibling is like 5'11".
Wow. Wow.
I have one niece. She's short like my mom, and my mom is your height. My mom is what? Brianna? Brianna's what? Like 5'3".
Wow.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Mm.
But I'm like, I love clothing, love fashion, but because I'm just frugal, and I have to be that way because when you're single, taking care of yourself, I count everything, everything, everything,
Yeah.
everything,
Listen,
Mhm.
I get
Everything.
it. I get it. I get it. So do you date?
And what, a pandemic?
All
I don't
right.
even want nobody
Oh,
to touch me.
we are in a
Oh,
pandemic. I forgot.
no.
Why did I just forget that?
I would
Wow.
love, listen, I would love to date. I would love to date. People say, would Jennifer, would you marry again? Yes, I would, but I'm selective. I'm picky. I'm
Right,
picky because I know who I am now and I deserve the best
right,
that God has to offer me.
right, right,
And I say to myself, mm-mm, I don't do online dating. Tried that. Too many creepy people.
right. Yeah,
Look, nobody looks like their photo.
right. No, literally, you have to ask them to like take a take a picture and put like today's date on it. Like you
I'm
really
like,
have
can you listen? Can you send me a now photo?
Yeah, you have to. And then it has to show your teeth, please, because sometimes they don't have any, or something else is going on, or they're short and they take the picture like, to
I
make them
just
look.
can't. I can't. I tried it and it just ended up, I'm like, what? Is it me or have I changed so much that my standards?
Yeah. No, it's definitely your standards. And it's like, you know who you are. And I remember
Mm,
being young and just not knowing who I was and just catering to someone else. And now it's like, no, if you're coming into my life, you have to
yeah,
fit. Find
you,
find a fit because I'm not changing. I'm just gonna continue to do what I do
Hmm.
And if that doesn't fit for you, then you're not a fit for me. Like, I'm not.
No, listen, I have to get to that point where it is, listen, I not only fit, but I need somebody to help me stimulate this too.
Oh, that's the fit.
You
Like,
understand?
that is
Because
the
this
most
is the
important.
erogenous zone,
Girl,
and
that is,
intelligence is sexy.
let
To
me
me, it
tell
is.
you.
And I find that I really do. I it, find it to the point like I need somebody I can have like a conversation with
Right,
outside of the bedroom. Do that make
right.
sense?
What do you
Outside of
mean?
the
Of course it
bedroom,
does. Yeah,
what do we do outside of the bedroom? Can we have like a conversation? Do we have anything in common? Am I willing to learn from you? Are you willing to
right,
learn from me?
right.
Like, can we find common ground? And I sit down and I say to myself, like, okay then.
And a lot of men don't fit that bill. I have a ton
Mm.
of blocked numbers in my phone. My kids laugh at me because I get bored. If I can't, I can do something better with my time than to sit around texting all day with someone who has absolutely nothing to offer and nothing to say. I'm not doing it. Nor am I going to sit around texting with any man. Like, if you're a man and you're just on your phone texting, I can't with you. I can't.
I'm like, can we talk? I'm like, can we
Yeah, pick
talk?
up,
Can we
right,
have like an adult conversation?
right, exactly. All that you if you texting and you watching these crazy reality shows, I can't, because you should be out making some money or something. It's like you got too much time on your hand. I don't know.
It's not only that, but I find that in like with the pandemic, everything now is online and like, okay, can we do face to face? Can we have a face to face conversation?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not easy. You
I
can't
have
well,
no idea.
you can't even meet anyone. I'm excited if I'm driving and I see a man
Hey,
that doesn't
send me
have mask on in his car, and I'm like, "Oh my god, a face?" Like, I'm just so excited to see a face. Like, wow.
Listen, I remember I was talking to this dude and we were getting along really well and I thought we were getting along really well and I'm like, okay, let's get tested for
Right,
STDs and
right,
we did the 90-day thing and everything and I went and got tested and being that I worked in the medical field, in medical profession in the
right.
medical field, I gave him a list of STD tests that I wanted him to be tested. He ain't called me back. I ain't seen that man.
That like, why?
He ghosted me. He literally ghosted me like just like
You know
what
what?
the
Just
heck?
count your blessings. I remember one guy that I was talking to, and this is, when I started to date again after the divorce, because it took a little while. And I
Mm.
did do some online because my girlfriends were like, "Girl, just do it. Even just put out there, put all the feelers out there." I'm like, "Okay, fine." And I was talking to one guy, nice guy, and he goes, out the blue, he's like, "I have herpes." I mean, no shade to people with herpes because it
Yeah,
happens.
but
I get it.
well,
He was
okay,
honest. At least he was
but at least he was honest.
he was
At least he was
he
honest.
I'm so happy.
Where were you when
We
he
were
had
over the
that?
we were over the phone, and
Okay.
he was like, because I
Did you
he was like, "'Cause I like you." He's like, "You're very kind and nice." So he felt like he needed to be completely on. I mean, it wasn't gonna work anyway because he was way too far away, and yeah, I can't. I mean, yeah, I'm glad he told
well,
me.
how do you feel about like since we're talking dating, how do you feel about long distance relationships, like relationships overseas or anything like that? Would you date anybody like that? Hmm. How much of that is like actually real?
Right, I know. I don't know. I see.
Hmm?
That's an interesting thing. So I don't think I would do. a long distance. But the funny thing about me is that if you're close to me, that's good, but I still don't want to see you all the time. So it's so crazy. Like I might as well be doing long distance. Because like if you live next door, please don't come see me every day. I'm good with once a week.
Not me. I wouldn't even date my neighbor. I would not. Had
I
such
don't.
a bad experience.
It's too close, right? You just I don't.
What?
It's just too. You see, he sees the
Girl,
comings and the goings.
the drama. Drama. I couldn't even. I was like, oh
You go
no.
into the grocery store. He's like, "Where you going? Where you going?"
No, it wasn't
Oh,
that. It was right after my divorce, and I don't think I was ready. And he was really tall, good looking, handsome man.
where,
And
where they at?
huh?
I said,
Literally.
"Where they at?"
And basically what happened was he would I would come home late at night. I'm working two jobs and he would be blasting the music and I'd be like the bang, 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 turn down the music, turn down the music. And eventually he'd turn down the music. I'd go to sleep and finally what happened? Oh, he knocked on my door one day and I looked and I was like, God damn. He handsome. When I say handsome, nicest man, kindest man. He had, you hear about the 80-20 rule? He had the 90-10, but his 10% was so bad because he was a binge alcoholic that
Ah,
it just turned out to be horrible. Horrible. When I say kind to a fault, when he wasn't drinking, we got along well. We could we could stand in the kitchen and make a meal
yeah,
and we would talk and he was funny, the sex was good and he was really nice, entertaining, smart, but he worked he did his 40 hours in 3 days and
it's time to party. It's my weekend, and Wednesday is my weekend. The weekend for
And
me.
I was still doing two jobs, and I'd come home on Friday and Saturday, and he'd be so damn and he would get drunk, and he would get drunk, and he didn't want to get drunk and have sex. He would get drunk and want to fight and beat me up and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I can't be having this. I was like, okay,
No.
no, 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 no. Restraining order, change the locks. I was like, oh no. We fought one time to the point where I ended up in the friggin' hospital. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't.
Oh,
I
man.
can't.
Ugh,
I can't.
wow.
I can't. I was like, I had to call one of my brothers from work. He was like that, my emergency contact. He's like, where you at? And he's like, what happened? I was like, oh my God. I'm
And
like,
he's a neighbor. How do you end that?
huh? No, what ended up happening was his lease was up and we ended up moving in together. So now we were in the same space. But you can talk to somebody, see me and live with me is one thing. See me, you go to your space, I go to my space. But when the two of you are in the same space, sharing the same space, you can't hide nothing.
Right.
You
Right.
understand? And that was when I found out that he was a binge alcoholic and he would drink like for that entire weekend. And I'm like, damn, I only got like Sundays off. I couldn't do much, but I didn't realize that he had a problem until noticed he was hiding the vodka bottles in the laundry hamper. I would find vodka bottles like in the strangest places, like in the closet. And I'm like, okay, then, like, shouldn't
Wow.
we have like a little mini bar or something where it's safe? You have like one or
Like,
two.
why are these hiding? Right.
Look,
Right.
look, we can have like one or two drinks or something like that. And he wasn't a social drinker. And my ex-husband was an alcoholic and he was very violent. And I couldn't deal with that.
Right.
I'm like, oh no. So look, I learned my lesson. I don't care who the hell lived next door.
No, no, I get it. That was just an
I'm
example
like, who
of
lives next door?
no, no, that was just an
Okay,
that was just an
listen,
example. I just don't wanna
now
see no man every
listen,
day. I
Listen, this
can't.
is what I do. Love my neighbors. They're really nice people, but I see them. Hi, how you doing? Hello, 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 hello. Hi, how you doing? I'll stop every now and then and speak to them, but I don't get involved with them like that. Oh,
Yeah.
hell no. Mm-mm. No, sir. No. One day he got drunk and I was going to work and yelled out the friggin' window because I was like, can we just take a little bit of time apart or something? And he harassed
Oh,
me so bad, shamed me in front of my neighbors. I was like, oh.
yeah, that's a lot. Nah,
Mhm. And then,
nah.
look, another time I went to church and I didn't, this was when I start noticing that he had a problem, like he had some issues. And I'm sitting there and he was like, well, where you was at? I was like, church. He's like, what, you wear thongs to church?
No, I don't wear any underwear at all. How about that? What
I'm
thongs?
like,
I didn't
okay,
wear anything. I didn't wear any.
listen. And I remember we got into like a big argument and a big fight that night or something like that. And I'm saying to myself, that's when I realized like something isn't right.
Oh man, it's so
I'm saying to
oh,
myself now, if they have an addiction of any sort, I just
right.
won't date them. I
Yeah,
won't date them at all. And they
right,
be like, why? I'm like, shit, I'm an ex addict.
right,
Why would I want to date somebody that has I can't
right,
deal with that. My
right,
ex-husband was an alcoholic and an addict. I'm like, no. There's like,
right,
well, what do you do? Nothing. I am naturally like this.
right. Good for you, man. It's tough. I'm
Mm.
so
It's
afraid for my
hard.
daughters. It is, and I have 3 girls, and I'm always like, "Oh my gosh."
Girl, I
I always
remember.
wanna fix men. Always wanna fix men.
Oh, girl, I don't do that anymore. I
Yeah,
used to. If you
yeah.
want to take one of my classes, sign up for one of my coaching programs. You're welcome. I will coach you and I will help you. But I ain't got no time. Mm-mm,
No. You
no.
cannot
Mm-mm.
listen, it's hard enough trying to fix ourselves. Imagine trying to fix a whole other person?
You can't listen. You can't do that. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah,
And I got to the point where I respect me. I respect me and I will not let anybody disrespect me. I don't care if it's my mother, my sister, my brother, my ex husband, ex boyfriend. Don't do it because I don't do it to you.
right.
And I never used to speak up for myself. You could be standing on my damn foot and my toe was broken and I wouldn't say a word. I would sit there and take it. And I held all of that stuff in.
Right.
But now, if I don't like something, I'm letting you know I do not like that.
Right. Right.
You
Right.
understand? You don't know me. I'm like, no. I respect my body. I respect my vagina. I respect my space. I
Right.
respect me. And
Right.
I expect it to be respected by you. I don't care who you are. We could be dating, we could be married. This,
Yeah.
I own this.
Right.
Not you, not anybody.
Sis, tell it. I'm telling you.
You
I
understand?
listen,
I own this. This is
there
my body.
and men forget that. I had one that would get upset if he didn't get it when he wanted to get it. I'm sorry, what? I don't want to. Like, you want me to have sex just because you want to have sex? Like, isn't this
I
a
don't see now the difference with me and my relationship is that I'm a passionate person. I like intimacy. I really do. But
but that's the difference. Key word, intimacy, right? It's got
well,
it's got to be a build up. You can't just be like, boom, one sex. It's like, wait, what? Hold on, like, come
but
on,
but that is the way society is. The way
right,
that society is now, people don't date people anymore. People don't
right,
court people. People
Right.
don't take the time to get to know somebody. You
Right.
understand? And I don't know what happened to the men and the women over the
Right.
years, but
Right.
they don't even respect themselves. I'm
Right.
like, okay. I saw a young girl goes, I'm just looking for a man to have sex with that don't catch any damn feelings. And I'm like, okay, if that's you, I'm like, go to Tinder. You know, they have hookup sites. They have all kind of those. They have those things, but I don't have time for that. I respect me,
Uh,
and I'm not. I respect me because I respect you.
right.
You understand? And you will respect me or step the hell out, step off, leave me alone. You ain't got to talk to me. You ain't even going to be my damn friend. I like me.
Right.
And it took me a long time, when I say a long time, to be comfortable with me.
Right.
And I realized that I am my most valuable possession.
Right.
And as I started studying the word, started praying, I am the most precious thing that I have. It's not what I own or what I don't own. You
Right.
understand? I'm not for sale. Hello?
Right.
Because what Jesus did can't nobody else do for me. And I learned self love, self respect, shame
Right.
resistance, self
Right.
compassion, self
Right.
awareness.
Right.
And I'm not going to let anybody throw my past mistakes or judge me or think they know me because they don't, because I will flip on them in a minute. And they be like, well, damn, I thought she was a nice lady. No,
You're still
I'm a
nicely.
grown up. I'm a
Right.
grown up and I'm an adult.
Right.
And I did enough abuse to myself over the years. I'm not going to let nobody abuse me.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Right.
I remember I would have certain girlfriends and I would hang out with certain friends for because I wanted friends, and they would sit there and they would do that mean girl thing and that catty girl thing, and I would sit there and I wouldn't say anything. They would say all kind of stuff. And then as I grew older, I'm like, okay, are they serving me? Am I benefiting from this relationship? And if
Right.
it's not serving me, and if
Right.
it's not supportive, and
Right.
if it's not building me up, I
Right.
don't need you.
Exactly. Exactly. It was no purpose. If
I'm
you
like,
serve no purpose,
mm-mm.
I
I
can't.
say,
It's a waste
okay.
of time.
And the thing is, we need people as human beings, but what type of people are you willing to surround yourself with? And
Right.
that is where we get it mixed up, because people think that they need to be around people who's going to tear them down or not speak into their life or commit to them. And if you're any kind of relationship that you have, it has to grow and evolve. You
Right.
understand? You're not supposed to devolve and
Right.
deteriorate for
Right.
being in that relationship, whether it's
Right.
personal, whether it's a friendship, whether it's business. No.
Right. Right.
I was saying to myself, like, oh, no, 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 no. I choose my friends very carefully because I don't have time for that. I'm not a kid. I'm not in high school.
Right.
I'm a grandmother. I'm an ex-wife, but I'm a grown ass damn woman. I
Right.
respect you, respect me.
Right. Right.
And I sit there and people like, well, why should you try to be this way? Or why should you try? One lady asked me, well, why don't I want to be like this other lady? And I was like, what the
What?
hell? I'm like,
That's what a
I have,
weird. It's
I
such a weird
admire,
question. Such an odd thing to
listen,
say.
I admire people because I see the value in people. I see the value in people, and I can celebrate another person's gift, talents, and abilities. But I'm like, I don't want to be like nobody but me. I like myself.
Right.
I don't want to bleach my skin. I don't want to do anything like that. I did the perms, I did the weaves, I did all of that.
Right.
And now I'm like, I'm cool.
It's
This
true.
is our girl talk.
It's
But I
true.
think we have 2 more minutes, and this is going to be a two-series episode because of the time. But
Yay.
okay,
I had a great time,
Lana,
Jennifer.
really?
Yeah. It was a great
Lana,
time.
I had to learn to find my own voice. And I didn't have my own voice until, and God is so good. God will put you in certain situations to give you courage, to give you strength, to give you your voice. And when I work with these women and I coach them, I help them to find their own voice, to be authentic, to be themselves, to be original, because people have a tendency to come up with that imposter syndrome. And you can't okay, we can admire certain people, but don't try to be that person, because everyone is an authentic individual.
Right.
Everyone is a unique being, and we can learn from other people, but be you. Just be yourself. And I think a lot of times within this country, we don't accept people by their different diversities.
Right.
And human beings have lost respect for each other. And, you know, I think if we're going to start the healing process as an individual, as a person, let me respect me, let me respect you, and I'll respect the next person. But I think it start with self love, self respect, and self awareness, and I think that is key.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have such a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Now, how do you like being a paralegal?
It is busy. I like it, but it is very busy. I wish that I helped more people. I
Mhm.
unfortunately work for insurance companies. So,
Mm.
right,
Don't
right.
talk
But
about your job. You're still
I
employed.
know.
We can
Yeah.
talk about anything else. I don't like, listen, I work for myself. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, no. But I love them. They love me. It's
Listen,
cool.
I love people. I
Yeah.
find people fascinating. I find people precious, and I value them. I
Right.
really, really do. I value them. But I have learned never to put somebody else and value another person more than I value myself.
Absolutely.
I don't do that anymore.
Absolutely. It's not going to get you in a good place.
I used to, because I didn't know my worth. And a lot of
Right.
people, especially young women coming up today, they need to know their worth as black women, as young women, as a human being.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
As a human being, you're worth it. You're worth to be respected. You're worth to be honored. You're worth to be celebrated. And I think if we can just learn to celebrate each other, to lift
Right.
each other up, to encourage each other, to support each other. But there's so much negative energy out
Yeah.
there, like mm, 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 mm,
No, it's true, and it starts
mm,
when they're young. I mean, I teach my
mm.
kids and my girls just, "You're beautiful." I'm constantly, "Your skin
You
is
have to
beautiful.
tell them that.
You can do anything, and even if it doesn't work the first time, you keep trying." My kids will cry with bees because
Aww,
because they know
really?
they're such go-getters. My 19-year-old now, she's in school to be a marine biologist. She got
Oh
a
my gosh,
fine, yeah, and she
awesome.
was that same kid that even now, Kiva, how were your grades last semester? Nah. What do you mean? Yeah, B's. Like she's so upset with herself because I'm like, it was your first year, your first semester of college. That is amazing, but she has so much drive, and so does the youngest
Aren't
one.
you
I'm like,
proud of her?
very, they're both natural girls, and again, learning to love who they are. They're black skin because they're chocolatey girls, and their natural
Mhm,
hair. And I'm like, and Kiva, she cut hers in high school when it wasn't even cool to do it. She cut it
mhm.
all off. She cut all the perm off. Like she was the
I've
first
had
one.
every hairstyle, girl.
We all
What?
have. We all have. But like,
I've had bald head,
right,
like
right. But when you're
Jerry curls, perm,
all of it, but when
mohawk.
all of it, but when you're a young and black girl back then, you really didn't do that. Like that was, you know what I mean? Because men,
Listen, I have some photos. I'm rocking a rocking sexy afro, like bam,
love,
girl. And
love,
it's beautiful. And I sit here
yeah.
and I say to myself, wow. So they're all natural. But they love themselves. You've taught them how to do
Yeah.
that, correct?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And it's funny. And they know things because they listen to me. So they know about white supremacy. They know about microaggressions. Like they
Mhm,
will tell me two girls, my 12-year-old and 19-year-old, two different textures of hair, right?
mhm,
One's hair, looser curl, one just tight, don't even curl. It's just straight afro with big puffs. They'll go into the store. People will say to the one with the looser curl, I like your hair. And then the one with the tight, tight curls, she doesn't get that. So they'll come back because they notice that, they know that, wow, even within our race, look what
mhm,
people think is better, right? So they
mhm,
talk to me about that. We have those discussions. I'm like, it's all beautiful. Kinky, coily, curly, wavy, whatever,
mhm,
straight, whatever it is, whatever you choose and you're
mhm.
happy with it, because that's what's most important. You're happy with it. You're not doing it to be someone else. It's all good. It's all good. So yeah.
Aw. I
Yeah.
had my I had my hairdresser on as a guest from Sister Locks,
Oh, nice.
and believe it or not, she came in and she did a hair tutorial, and
Cool.
she spoke to the ladies regarding the textures, the different styles, and how to care for like natural, authentic hair. And oh my God, it was fantastic. And I had to learn that you should see some of my photos. And I remember the first time that my mom, when I got my hair cut when I was younger, it was like down to here, but it was always thick and
Mhm.
full. And after that, I couldn't handle it. I'd go to the salon and they would complain about it. They would quote me one price over the phone. And then when I get there and they start doing my hair and everything like that, they would either double the fees
Right. Right.
and charge me. And I'm like, okay. And then I had to learn to do my own hair. So I did my own. I started perming it. I started cutting it. I started styling it. I should have been a beautician. And I sat there and I say to myself, like once they start complaining, I'm like, I can't. But now I get the sister locks, and I should have did this when it first came out in the 80s, in the
Mhm.
late 90s, because
Mhm.
this is what, carefree.
I love it. Yeah. I
Yeah.
definitely love it. I mean, I love
We have
hair.
2 more minutes. We went over, but
Oh, sorry, girl.
listen, we went over, and I sit here and I say to myself, this is really, really good. But now, what are some of the topics that you would like to discuss regarding the women issues, and like you'd like to discuss that?
Yeah, the things that I always
Not
come.
today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the things that
Mhm,
always come to me is like, misogyny, colorism. Colorism drives me crazy.
mhm,
Misogyny, of course, that drives every woman crazy, and we get
mhm.
it within our own culture. Black men don't even know that they're misogynist, and they are some of the biggest culprits of it.
Yes. Well, how do you deal with colorism as a black woman? How do you handle that?
Well, I don't know if you want to even get into all of
Well, we
that.
can save that for the next episode.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's
We
a
have
lot.
1 minute. Thank you so very much,
Thank you for
everyone.
laughing.
You're welcome. Thank you so very much, everyone, for joining us. And see you on the next episode. Lana, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, everyone, Lana will be back again for Girls Talk.
Yes, I love girls
For
talk.
Girls Talk. And we'll be back. And maybe she'll be back like when? Soon? Like
Yeah,
next month, maybe?
yeah,
Okay.
sounds good.
We'll be back for Girls Talk. And if you'd like to be a guest on Jennifer's Perspective, you just DM me or hit me up on Twitter, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Okay. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day. Bye now.
Bye bye.